Identity, nationhood, and cultural assets. Identity. I've been born and raised in Mexico City and lived most of my life in it. Mexico City is the capital and the largest city of Mexico. It has a population exceeding 20 million people in the metropolitan area, and it has a very rich history which dates back to the Aztec civilization. The communication and identity of Mexico City starts by its language, which the communication is primarily in Spanish, even though there's some, but not that many in the city, uh, diverse linguicities communities, including indigenous language spoken by various ethnic groups. The cultural expressions are different in a lot of parts of the metropolitan area because it's a very big city and very chaotic. So there are a lot of things that identify Mexico, such as the music, the dance, the art, for example, the Mexican folklore, etc. The religious, there's a mix of religious, but it's primarily Catholic. This is something that I relate because I went all my life to a Catholic school, so I know how important it is for Mexico, the religion. One very important thing to understand is my heritage in order to get why I act the way I act and why I see and I perceive Mexico the way that I perceive it. First of all, my grandparents are from Lebanon and my other grandparents are from Italy. So even though it may seem like a very drastic difference between Lebanon, Italy, and Mexico, I can see a lot of similarities. Starting by one of the most obvious, but that I find really funny, is that they have the same colors of the flag, that it's green, white, and red. Then these three countries are countries that are very inviting to other people. They love to serve other people and they love to invite and make you feel at home. For example, in Italy, as in Lebanon, as in Mexico, people are very welcoming to their homes and they like to prepare very big meals. Another example is that in these cities, they prioritize most of the times their family and their culture. There are very three diverse cultures, but all of them have a thing in common, which is prioritizing what they know and what they have been taught. Primarily, in my uh, culture, in all of my cultures, there's a linguistic diversity. While Spanish is the main language in Mexico, Arabic is spoken in Lebanon, and in Italy is spoken Italian. Each country, however, has linguistic diversity with regional dialects and indigenous language that contribute to the linguistic landscape. Also, the geographic diversity. Mexico, Lebanon, and Italy exhibit diverse landscapes ranging from coastal areas to mountains and historical cities. This geographical diversity influenced the local traditions, cuisine, and the lifestyle in each country. So, I wanted to speak a little bit about family because I think family is a very important thing in my heritage as in the place I was born into, which is Mexico. I think in Mexico, it doesn't matter where you're from, um, what type of life you live. Normally, family is a priority and something all of us really consider sacred. So, one of those things I've noticed that makes Mexico what it is and all the other countries I spoke about earlier is the food. Food is not only for eating, it's for the soul, it's for the community, it's for the get together, it's for all these amazing things that food can bring to the table that many of other cultures don't see it that way, like the Anglophone community. Conclusion. Despite the geographical difference that there is between Mexico, Lebanon, and Italy, we can see that they have a lot of things in common, such as the diverse historical influence, the importance in family ties, the vibrant traditions, the celebration of diversity through art, cuisine, and religion, the warm hospitality. So, in conclusion, we can say that these shared elements underscore that the universal human experience that transcend borders, illustrating that despite the difference, there exists a shared human that unites people across diverse regions and nations. And I think, for my personal experience, I see a lot this in Mexico. Especially in Mexico City, we see a lot of mixtures of a lot of different cultures made into one. And this is the amazing part because even though I think they adapt a lot to the Mexican culture, I also think that we bring out new and more beautiful traditions and cultures when we make this mixture. So even though this project is about me, I think it represents a small part of what Mexico is about.